We saw a lot of interesting characters today here outside the K. I walked around the parking lots, took in a lot of the tailgates. I got to meet a really interesting family who said they've been to at least 20 games this year, and they've actually had the opportunity to take their children out of school early and have their kids here at the K. We now know the names of the two victims. Deputies have identified 66-year-old Thomas Schofield as the man they say shot and killed his 40-year-old son-in-law, Jason Hagan. Deputies say what started out as a shots fired call here on Sun Valley Drive turned into something much more serious. Highway Patrol troopers say they found 64-year-old Marion Gerloff dead in her home Friday afternoon. Her roommate now faces second-degree murder charges. Now, Levy says he had an unofficial ceremony here with Royals fans earlier this season. They kind of brought him into the fold and were kind of made him an unofficial Royals fan. So it's a really cool opportunity to see Royals fans bringing in a Marlin into their ranks.
Honor. Sonzu. Honor. Honor.
It's a formula that shouldn't work. Players from 9 different countries on one team. Before the Missouri Military Academy soccer team, it's a formula that's working. MMA has a solid 12-2 record and are one of the most successful athletic programs at the academy. Players say their diversity gives them a unique edge.
And we're all cadets, so we're brothers. So, I mean, it gives us time to all develop together, and we just build a lot of chemistry. We usually talk with each other, try to understand why people are here in the academy, how we got here, what abilities each one of us have, and then try to make the best of it.
The team's success has been celebrated by the academy in the past, but now it could be celebrated in a different way. MMA Athletics is currently going through a rebranding process, and there are hopes that the success out here on the soccer field can translate to the football field here on Friday nights, and also the basketball courts, the wrestling mats, and in everything else MMA does. MMA's athletic director Kevin Farley is leading the academy's rebranding process. He's also got ties to the success of the soccer team as the head coach. He says the rebranding process is more than just the addition of a new school color and athletic programs. It's about helping the cadets prepare for life after the academy.
It's really just about teaching the boys to have the will to win, to want to win, and work to win so that they can eventually, as an adult, have that feeling of what it will take to be successful.
The success on the field is nice, but the ultimate goal for the MMA Colonels is to simply play and win with honor. Bailey Harbit, KMU8 Sports, Mexico. This is Kevin Harmon. He spent almost 9 hours hiking 30.1 miles of the Ozark Trail, the first one to cross the finish line. He shaved almost 50 minutes off his time from last year. Hiking 30.1 miles might seem crazy to you and me, but for those hiking the Ozark Trail today, the trek had a special meaning.
I am hiking for Maddie Reynolds. She's one of my clients. She is a 19-year-old young woman who has CF, and because of CF, she's middle-aged. And that's really frustrating for me. And I also hike for Mike Burke, who has outlived his disease so far.
Harmon and 54 other hikers took part in the 3rd annual Extreme Hike. The hike aims to raise money and awareness for those suffering from cystic fibrosis. Cystic fibrosis causes normally thin bodily fluids like mucus, sweat, and digestive juices to be thick and sticky. At the time of the event, the hikers had managed to raise over $162,000. Harmon says he and the other hikers had ways to keep them moving towards the finish line.
I don't know, singing songs, just trying to not think about hiking 30 miles. Whatever we can do to not think about our knees hurting or our ankles hurting or our shins hurting from going downhill or uphill.
The event's coordinator says it's been rewarding to watch the hikers in action.
They enjoy the camaraderie. You know, it's really neat to see how this group has become a really tight bunch. They've been training together, and they've really gotten to know each other well, and so that's really rewarding to see that too.
Hiking 30.1 miles is daunting, but finishing the hike and raising money for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation can be considered a wonderful reward. But there are some other perks.
They've got massages for us and a hot tub back at the lodge, so I'm ready to take advantage of that.
Bailey Harbit, KOMU8 Sports, Iron County. Outside this house, you can see crime scene tape and squad cars. Inside, Jason Hagan found dead with a gunshot wound. In the backyard, the body of Thomas Schofield, who deputies believe shot himself. Deputies worked throughout the morning to process and take photos of the scene. Boone County Detective Tom O'Sullivan hinted at motive.
The indications are it was related to domestic issues.
The two men weren't the only ones there inside the house.
There were also two small children in the house, about ages 1 and 3.
The children were not hurt during the ordeal and were removed from the home once deputies arrived. The children's mother was not there at the time. Hello, everyone. When was the last time the Missouri men's basketball team won an away game? January 28th, 2014. Timber by Pitbull and Kesha was atop the Billboard charts, and Ride Along was the #1 movie at the box office. Tonight, the team looks to end the streak when they take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. The last time these two teams played back in January, Arkansas handed Missouri one of its worst losses of the season. Tonight, the Tigers look to avenge the loss and build on a 2-game SEC winning streak, the first in the Kim Anderson era. The team is playing some of its best basketball thanks to performances from Ryan Rosberg and leading scorer Kevin Purrier. While the Tigers have enjoyed the recent success, they don't plan on taking the Razorbacks lightly. Today's game against Tennessee was an important one for the Missouri Tiger basketball team. The team desperately needed a win to snap a 9-game losing streak. But today's game had a special meaning for the team, one that goes beyond baskets, boards, wins, and losses.
But most of all, thank you for helping us to save cancer. That when you picked the fight with Ryan Luce, you messed with the wrong little girl. Thank you very much.
That was Missouri assistant coach Brad Luce speaking about his daughter Ryan. The 5-year-old is currently battling cancer. Today's crowd helped raise over $50,000 for pediatric cancer research. To the game we go. In the first half, Naaman Wright had the hot hand early, and he'll hit a 3 from the top of the arc. Later on, it's Wright again from the corner, and he'll knock it down. Wright finished the game with 13 points and had 7 points less than 5 minutes in. Ryan Rosberg continued his recent surge. He'll get the ball and lay it in. Rosberg also got it done on defense with that ferocious block, and here he is drawing the and-1 foul. Rosberg has led the Tigers in scoring the last 2 games. He finished with 21 today. Tennessee was able to cut the deficit to 4 late in the game, but the Tigers would hold on, and they have their first win since January. Tigers take this one 75-64. Cards taking on division rival Cincinnati Reds. They were looking to put away the NL Central. Yadier Molina's replacement, Tony Cruz, looks like he has the RBI single here, but Brandon Phillips snags the ball, throws to second, and gets a pretty impressive double play. Cardinals would break through in the third. Tommy Pham laces a double to center. He now has 8 RBIs in his last 11 games. He's having a great rookie season. Redbirds would find themselves in some trouble, but take a look at this. The beautiful play by Matt Adams. He gets the 3-6-1 double play, and the Cardinals are out of the jam. They were still tied in that inning. Rookie Tommy Pham with the RBI earlier in the game brings in another run with the sacrifice fly. This would put them up 2-1. Cardinals would score another run. Cardinals win this one 3-1. While in the SEC, a matchup of the 2 best players in the country, Ben Simmons of LSU and Buddy Hield of Oklahoma. Oklahoma looked to be in trouble for most of the game. Then in the final minutes, Buddy Hield would hit back-to-back 3-pointers to give the Sooners the lead. Then, with 9 seconds left in the game, we're all tied up. Isaiah Cousins will pull up, and he'll get the bucket. He had 18 points, Hield had 32, and the Sooners avoid the upset and win this one by 2. A bit of sad baseball news this morning. Legendary New York Yankee catcher and St. Louis native Yogi Berra has died. He was 90 years old. During his 18 seasons with the Yankees, he was a 3-time American League Most Valuable Player, a 15-time All-Star, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1972. But Berra was also known for his quotes off the field. Some of his notable Yogi-isms include, "It ain't over till it's over," and "Baseball is 90% mental, the other half is physical." Berra's family said in part of a statement, quote, "We celebrate his remarkable life and are thankful he meant so much to so many. He will truly be missed."